Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news in a move that's sending shockwaves through the AFC North. The Cincinnati Bengals have made a bold and somewhat surprising decision by trading star wide receiver Jamar Chase. This isn't just a typical trade. It's a statement that the Bengals are shifting gears, and it could be a sign of a bigger rebuild in Cincinnati. For Steelers fans, especially those who have been watching this division closely, this is a development that could dramatically influence the path to the postseason and ultimately a shot at the Super Bowl. Jamar Chase, only 25 years old, is a game-changer. Over his 3 seasons, he's amassed around 500 receiving yards and 35 touchdowns, showing flashes of explosive playmaking ability that makes him one of the most dangerous receivers in the league. His PFF receiving grade has hovered around the high 80s and low 90s, and he's been a consistent deep threat with a projection of over 200 yards for 2025, not to mention leading the league in fantasy points last season, averaging over 7 points per game. That's the kind of player who can flip a game on any given play, a true vertical threat that defenses have to respect at all times. What makes this trade even more compelling is the context surrounding the Bengals' current roster and their cap situation. Cincinnati has around $25 million in cap space, but they're clearly prioritizing a rebuild, especially on the defensive front and offensive line. Their offense, which has been relatively high-scoring, averaging about 2 points per game, is balancing on a knife's edge. Their passing game, however, has taken a hit lately, with their completion percentage on third downs plummeting to below 40%. That's a red flag, especially when facing playoff-caliber defenses. Wide receiver T. Higgins has been somewhat isolated lately, and the team's 4 wins this season have felt more like flashes of potential rather than sustained dominance, hinting at some internal issues and a possible rebuild mentality. For the Steelers, this is a golden opportunity. With a 6-6 record and odds of plus 15-0 to win the division, Pittsburgh needs to capitalize on any division rival weakness. The addition of Chase to the Bengals roster would have been a nightmare for Steelers defenders, an elite vertical threat who, when paired with Joe Burrow's arm, can stretch the field and open up the entire offense. But now, with Chase moving out, the Bengals' passing attack could lose some of its explosiveness, leaving Cincinnati more predictable and hopefully more beatable. On the flip side, this trade opens up a world of possibilities for Pittsburgh, the Steelers already sitting at 500 and fighting for playoff positioning can now focus on sharpening their own weapons. They've got a solid core, including players like George Pickens, who's been developing into a reliable target, and a budding running game that's been improving. But the key, as always, is the passing game. Kenny Pickett has shown flashes of brilliance, and with the right weapons, he could really take a leap. The Steelers' offense has the potential to become more dynamic, especially if they can take advantage of defenses that are now less worried about containing Chase. Adding to the intrigue is the fact that the Steelers are known for their resilience and strategic adjustments. They've faced injuries, tough schedules, and moments of doubt this season, but they've also shown the ability to bounce back and rise to the occasion. The AFC North is always a grind, with teams like the Ravens, Browns, and Bengals battling it out. But now, with Cincinnati's move, the Steelers might find themselves with a clearer shot at positioning themselves for a playoff run. It's not just about making the playoffs. It's about making a statement that Pittsburgh is still a major contender, capable of competing with the best and winning the division. From a broader perspective, this move by the Bengals could be a sign of things to come in the division. Cincinnati appears to be shifting their focus from a contending team to a rebuilding one, which could mean a dip in their performance in the short term, but a potential long-term gain. For the Steelers, this could be the window they need to seize the division and position themselves as the team to beat in the AFC North for years to come. The implications for the Steelers are huge. They now have a chance to refine their offensive approach, possibly incorporating more vertical routes and exploiting the less formidable pass defense of Cincinnati. Their defense, which has been solid but sometimes inconsistent, can now face a Bengals team that might be less explosive without Chase, giving Pittsburgh a better shot at limiting their big plays and forcing Cincinnati into more predictable situations. It's a game of chess, and Pittsburgh needs to capitalize on this shift to keep their playoff hopes alive and push for that Lombardi trophy. Looking ahead, the AFC North is shaping up to be even more competitive, with the Ravens and Browns also vying for supremacy. But the Steelers have always been known for their resilience, and their roster is primed for a strong finish. The addition of young talents, the experience of players like T.J. Watt and Minkah Fitzpatrick, and the leadership of Mike Tomlin all come together to make Pittsburgh a team nobody wants to face in the postseason. With the Bengals making moves that could weaken their division rivals, Steelers fans should be optimistic about what's to come. As the season progresses, every game becomes more critical. The Steelers must continue to execute, stay healthy, and capitalize on the opportunities that arise from these division shakeups. They've shown they can compete with anyone when playing at their best. And now, with the AFC North potentially opening up, Pittsburgh has a real shot at not only making the playoffs, but making a deep run. It's all about staying focused, executing game plans, and leveraging every advantage they can get. In conclusion, this trade involving Jamar Chase is more than just a roster move. It's a signal that the AFC North is entering a new chapter. The Bengals are recalibrating, and for Steelers fans, it's a moment to believe that their team can rise even higher. Division is wide open, and the Steelers, with their talented roster, experienced coaching staff, and passionate fan base, have everything they need to capitalize. The road to another Super Bowl might be tougher, but it's far from impossible, especially with the AFC North in flux. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this massive trade? Do you believe it gives the Steelers an edge? How do you see the rest of the season unfolding? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news.